Hello, it's me, it's Silva. How's it going? Hope your week was good. Um, it's Saturday again. Yeah, and here I am again with my wig and my coffee. And this is the thing in the thumbnail. I also posted it in the posts tab. It's lying flat. I didn't steam it or block it. I don't even know what that is, but I put it under the computer and it's flat, which it's what it's supposed to do. The other thing in the thumbnail is this. It's a skull. It has sweets inside. It's for Halloween. Yeah. And here I am with my mug. So yeah, I mastered the 1.25 hook. I also made this one crochet coaster. Oh scheisse. It's just a coaster. This one was done with, let me pause. Yeah, sorry about that. It's constantly happening, so it's never really a good time to record, so yeah. This one was done with a 2mm hook, crochet hook. Okay, it was supposed to be all the same color, but I ran out of the blue yarn, or rather I had a bit left, but not enough for the whole thing. So I did it in a different color, one that kind of complemented it, like stood out, sort of thing. Yeah. Okay, which one is the right side? Which one is the wrong one? I can tell that. I cannot. I think this is the right side. That's the wrong side. Okay. I mean, I kind of had already done the 1.25mm thing, and I started another one just to prove that I really can. This is really old-fashioned type of crochet, I guess. Most people go for blankets and scarves and sweaters, jumpers, hats, stuff like that. Not doilies. I mean, I guess coasters are popular because they're very easy to make. But that blue and yellow thing. It's kind of a doily-ish coaster. It was supposed to be done with a 1.5mm hook, but I don't have that size. And I wanted to use that yarn because yeah, that was all done with a 2mm hook. I am challenging myself, I guess, with the small ones because they require more patience, and it's an exercise of patience and focusing, and I need that. which is, yeah, one good reason to have this as a hobby. Especially because the really thin thread yarn thing is stuff that my mom already had lying around, so yeah. It's not that I'm stashing. I don't really do that. I only get things in colors that I need for some project or whatever. Like, yeah, that's what I do. Okay. What else? Yeah. I'm in pretty dire straits right now. On Monday I will be going to the city to talk to some people and get counseling, because I'm not entirely sure how to navigate my mental stuff and the constant noise in the house, which is not in my head, clearly. And the triggers and all that, and also like, of course, that thing that makes noise cannot physically harm us, but is as abusive as he's always been. Only that now it's psychological and emotional, and it's just manipulation and threats of lying to the police, basically, saying that we hurt him, which, of course, is bullshit. Nobody ever laid a fucking hand on him, unlike what he did to us. And he's just projecting, basically, because he knows. Yeah, it's basically saying what he would do if he was in our position and we were doing what he's doing to us. Yeah, that's basically it. And now my brother and I have to legally unbind ourselves from him, because otherwise we'll basically be inheriting his debts. That's his last Hail Mary, let's put it like that, to get revenge on us for cutting contact with him after he essentially told us to die in horrific ways, after berating us for years. And we confronted him, and yeah, basically he told us to die in horrible ways, like cancer and stuff like that. I have recordings of that. I think I may have mentioned that. We're getting into personal territory, but yeah, this is really weighing on my mind because bureaucracy and legal fees and stuff like that, and no money for that. So I'm basically fucked and kind of freaking out. And I'm wearing a wig. To hide my scalp. While trying to save my scalp. Mine and my brother's. Yeah, my mom should just get rid of his ass, but she's stubborn and doesn't do that. God knows why. Like, everyone says that she should, but she doesn't. and she didn't hear them when she decided to marry this piece of shit, so why would she hear them now? Right? And yeah. The job hunt is still an ongoing project, like the PhD project, which I have heard crickets from my profs. Like there was an opportunity at my mom's factory, but that kind of didn't go very well. I mean, not because of anything I did. They just went like, oh, yeah, this is very good and all, but you're overqualified and maybe you will get illegal trouble, blah blah blah. And I'm just like, yeah, fuck this, because I had another opportunity, which paid much less, but it was money anyway. And now I'm just like, fuck me for making the wrong decision. Like, I made that decision based on convenience. Like, it was much easier since the other opportunity was far away and required a long commute and just, yeah, it wasn't really feasible and didn't pay that well. So I chose this one, and now I have nothing, which is great. I love that. For me, I love making bad decisions. I'm not sure if I even made a bad decision or if there was a decision to be made in the first place, because yeah, the other one was just, yeah, it wasn't really feasible. It was too far. It was too far. Like, not far enough that it was impossible, but far enough for it to be too taxing for what it was. And yeah, absolutely did not pay enough for that. It didn't even pay the minimum wage. So it's just like, yeah. But I made my choice, and it was a poor one, and now I have nobody to blame but myself. Yeah. And now on Monday I will go there and get that counseling and see what I can do to maybe get some form of support to officially get rid of any connection with, pardon that thing, then is inheritance, quote unquote, which is just a bunch of debts because he has nothing. Will go to nowhere and nobody, because my mom already declared like personal bankruptcy, but she didn't really do that. So yeah, I mean, kind of, but not really. They just don't go after him because he's physically disabled, you know, but he can still pass that down to us. And that's his last Hail Mary. And I'm freaking out because it's wildly expensive to get all the bureaucracy taken care of with lawyers and shit. shit like that, man. Honestly, what the fuck? This is insane. Honestly, it's insane. Wish this was an actual witch's brew. That made me a turbo millionaire. And then this wouldn't be a problem anymore. I would slap him right back, because I would go and pay all the debts and then slap it in his face that all the debts had been paid by the same bitch that he wished death upon. And then say fuck you. And change my name. Or maybe I'll keep my name. I mean, his family doesn't have anything to do with him. Literally. Like, they all hate him. The surviving ones, anyway. Most of them are dead. Yeah, we love transgenerational trauma, but this one, yeah, is just a malignant narcissist. Just, yeah, freaking out, and I immediately try to seek out some support and options to see what I could do to avoid his last threat. And yeah, that's what I'm going to try and do on Monday. The weather has not cooled down as it should yet. Unfortunately, I do not have a story today. I want to thank that person for being supportive and sending all those videos. I really appreciate them. I haven't practiced the guitar more. Yet, but eventually I will. Hopefully on Monday I will get some support and options and stuff. It just sucks, you know? It just sucks. I'm sure, you know. I wish I didn't come on here to vent and be all vulnerable and stuff, but yeah, some things just have to be said, because this is just insane stuff. I mean, I'm not going into extreme specifics, I'm just saying things as they are, because yeah, it's that bad. Because I feel like I have to over-explain why I got contact with someone who's disabled, because people like to feel pity for disabled people, like physically disabled people mostly, and it just makes it feel like, oh, you don't talk to this person because you are ableist, and I'm like, no, I'm also disabled, it's just not that visible. Also, my uncle is also disabled, and I didn't got contact with him, did I? I met plenty of physically disabled people. I made friends with them. Literally the only piece of shit that I got contact with for being insufferable was this one. And of course I met other disabled people who were not very nice, but not as shitty as this. Like, my thoughts on this is that deciding that you can't dislike someone who's physically disabled on grounds of them being disabled is a form of ableism. Like, you are dehumanizing them. You're saying that because they are disabled, you have to like them. Otherwise, you're a bad person. Does that make sense? It doesn't. Because that's still a human with intact mental capacities. And if they don't have those capacities, like the mental functions fully intact, or they have episodes, like, you can put up with that because you understand that's just a consequence of their disability. But this is not the case, obviously. You're someone who can tell you to die of cancer. Yeah, that's a bad person. That's not an episode. Because, yeah, if that was an episode, then he's been having episodes my whole life, and he's only been disabled for 10 years. And I am over 30, so yeah. No. No. He weaponizes the disability because it didn't really affect the mental part that much. He likes to pretend it did when it's convenient. But it didn't. It's the same as it's always been. It just weaponizes the disability now and tries to say, I'll put you in jail, I'll lie to the police that you hit me and blah blah blah. But I talked to the support people and they say that, yeah, that's a common thing that all abusers say when they do something abusive. They just project and threaten, and the person is already afraid and scared and believe them when those threats are empty, and they would have a hard time proving any of those claims. And especially this one, it's just, yeah, wildly ungrateful because he's never been treated better and still manages to be the most awful piece of shit in the world, like he's always been. But I was done with the constant abuse, like not knowing when the next explosion would happen. And in 2020 I stopped talking to him. My brother stopped talking to him first, and in 2020 I just said, nah, enough is enough. This is getting too personal. It shouldn't be this personal, should it? No. I should be coming here with good vibes and a wig and crochet and stuff, instead I'm coming here to vent, which is kind of what I'm expecting to do on Monday. More like what I'm expected to do on Monday. Well, I'm doing it here first because this is kind of like therapy. And I wish I had something cool to share aside from my my adventures with the tiny crochet hooks. You know, it's just, yeah, hopefully it'll change. I'm so sorry. Thank you for being here despite everything. I love the autumn and the spooky season and all this. Yeah, clearly, like the wonky pumpkin is still here. I have this one as well. It shines. It has a hat, a crochet hat that I made, which was too big for the doll. I made the witch's office diorama thing. I also have this thing. It's a light up thing. There's also this one. Does the same thing, but more colorful. The batteries are kinda not very good. I should get more batteries. Maybe eventually. What else? Yeah, I've started another small hook doily, and if I manage to finish it, I will share it. Sorry about the heavy talk. Sorry about that. I don't really have a story to tell. Like, I miss that. Like to do that, and I've stopped the breathing stuff as well. Well, I guess the real spooks is the life tales. Yeah, let's get just finish this. I'm not sure if I'm gonna try to wear the wig on Monday. See if how I feel about that outside. I mean, I'm probably not. It looks fine on camera, and even in real life, like when I look in the mirror and stuff, it looks fine. But I'm still self-conscious, and I don't really like to stand out or draw too much attention when I'm outside. Even online, it's just like, yeah, sometimes I get frustrated because I like a little bit of support. I like the support that I get here, like this is enough. Sometimes I don't get anything at all. And I don't really want to bother my friends in real life because they have their own problems, and in here it's just, yeah, if you don't like it, you could just click back and block me, and yeah, that's that. I don't need to know why you did that. Like, obviously, at least in my mind, that's obvious. When I don't like something, I just block it. I don't have to say anything about it. That's always been my modus operandi. So, yeah. And this is 30 minutes long. Okay, 31. Hopefully next week I'll come back with something more positive. I'm sorry this was not great. When is it ever? But I hope that I can come back and have some good vibes. Yeah. And I will try to be back. That's a threat. Bye bye.